How's it, everybody? Money Shot here again, and welcome back to Hawaii Crap Shooters. How would you like to get paid while qualifying a shooter? Well, I'll show you in my new strategy that I call the HP 120. Check it out. So before I get to my new HP 120 strategy, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend John over at Pro Craps, who'll be running the 24-hour Crapsathon this weekend to raise money for gambling addiction. It's going to be a huge event with a lot of activities. A lot of different YouTubers will be there, so check it out. Hawaii Crap Shooters will be on there as well for an hour. 5 p.m. Hawaii time, 7 p.m. Pacific, and 10 p.m. Eastern. So check us out. I'm going to be rolling out the HP 120 live on his channel and on my channel. So don't miss it. Check it out this Saturday. So let's get to the strategy. Okay, so here's the HP 120 strategy. So there's multiple goals in this strategy. One is to qualify the shooter. Two is to build the foundation to $70, which you know that's my foundation. And then three is to transition from the don't to the light side. So that's the three goals here. With the HP 120, you guys know with my HP Magic it was $60. So with the HP 120, as you can guess, 120, we're doubling up what we usually do. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna get a bankroll now, but I'm gonna put 120 here. And with any type of hedge bet, you're always gonna have the equal amount on the other side. So here's another 120. So right now I have 240 here. So how you start off this strategy is you're gonna place 120 on the don't pass. And if you remember the HP Magic, we placed $21 hopping the 7s, hopping the 11, and hopping $2 hopping the 12. So we're gonna do the same but double. So here is our 120. So what we're gonna do is instead of $5 now, we're gonna put $10 on the 6 and 1, $10 on the 5 and 2, $10 on the 4 and 3. That's $30 hopping the 7, and $10 on the yo. This 5, we're gonna make it to we're gonna have $2 on the 12, on the midnight. So you can't see it here, but this is the midnight here. So this is the excess of the 120, opposite of the don't pass. So right now we have $42 here at risk on the come out. Okay, so if the 2 hits, we're gonna get paid 120, right? 120 here, because our don't pass will win, but we lose this $42 here. So that will net us $78. So $78 is what we win. Okay, not bad for hitting the 2. That's what we want. That's what we want to happen. Even with the 3, we're gonna net $78. We're gonna win 120 there minus this 42, and then we're gonna win $78. Okay, so if an 11 or a 7 hits, we're gonna lose $2. Okay, just like the HP Magic, we're gonna lose $1, but this one is double, so we're gonna lose $2, and I'm gonna show you how. If an 11 rolls, the 120 will lose. This 11 is gonna pay us $150, right? We lose this $2, we lose this $30, so we lose the $32. We have $160 here, okay? if we put everything back up, here's the 120. We're going to change this 25. Now here's our Yo 11. Here's our hopping 7. But we just lost the $2. So we lost actually $2 that we got to replace. So if a 7, same thing with the 7. Here's the $2 Yo. We're going to start all over again. If the 7 rolls, any 7, we'll pick this. These come down here. This come down here. We lose this. But our $10 any 7 is gonna pay us $150. So that is gonna give us $120 here again. We put that back, we put that back, we put that back. We just lost $2. So that's just the $2. So 7, 11, lose $2. 2 and 3, we win 78. The 12, however, the 12 will pay us $60, right? $60. We're gonna lose this, which equals 10, 20, 30, 40. We're gonna win 60. We're gonna minus the 40, so we net $20. So if a 12 hits, we get $20. So not bad, huh? 12, $20, 11 or a 7, we lose just $2. And with the 2 and 3, we win $78. Now, I'm liking it so far. That's why I like this strategy. A lot of opportunities on the come out. Okay, set this back up. Okay, so this is our midnight here. Okay, so what if a point hits, right? This is just the excess of that compensating for that 120, because this here, this 78 plus this 42 equals 120. Okay, so where is my puck? Here it is. Okay, so let's say a point is made and it's a 9, okay? Now, on the come out, we already know what's gonna happen on the come out. I am not scared of the come out, even with 120 out there. But when a point is made, we're gonna lose this 42. And I know some of you guys viewers like, you're losing $42. Man, that's a lot, you know. That's a lot just to get out of come out rule. But you gotta remember this $42, I'm gonna build it into this don't pass bar. Okay, this don't pass bet, I should say. So we're gonna lose the 42. Don't worry, we're still good. We have 78 to play with. Okay, and how we get the 78? Because if a 7 is rolled, we're gonna get paid 120 on the don't. 78 plus the 42 here, right? Remember the 42 we had there? 42 plus 80, 40 plus 80 is 120. That's the 120 we got back. So that's how we got it. So don't worry about that 42, because we got it built into the don't pass in case a 7 comes, okay? So I hope you guys follow me so far. So that's the 78. This is the 42 that fell. Okay, now, so we have $78 to play with now. So here's the hedge. What are we gonna do with the $78? This gives us options now. The HP magic is kind of low that we only could play the 6 and 8, but now with $78, we got more action. So what we're gonna do is we don't want to waste any rows. We're going to do an iron cross, right? Here, we want to cover the 6 and 8, the high probability numbers to come out, the 6 and 8, right? And we got $15, so we can put this on the field. But now, we got $3 left. What can we do with that? We can do the easy. We can put the $2 here on the hopping 5s, and now we got $1 extra, okay? So that's the setup of the HP 120. Hope you follow me so far. Okay, so now how does this work? Okay, now is the waiting period. Okay, now is the qualifying time. We're gonna let this roller shoot. We're gonna let him shoot up to 7 rolls, 6 to 7 rolls, and see if he can either hit his point or 7 out. Okay, the higher probability of this, we always have the better edge, because the 9 coming out 11% of the time compared to 16.6% of the 7 coming out. You always have the advantage with this. Okay, all right, so let's say where is my dice? Okay, so I'm just gonna roll 1. Okay, so one number, we go to 9, right? We hit 9. Field will pay 9. I'm gonna put this in our rack right here. Hopefully you can see it. So this 9 will pay us 15. Put it rack right here. We're gonna lose this hopping. What we're gonna do with this 15 here is we're gonna start filling up this 5. Okay, that's still profit now. So on roll 1 we made $15 profit. You got to keep that in mind. Okay, roll 2 is a 10. We're gonna win 15. Now we're gonna put this up to a quarter. We're gonna rack the 5. I know it sounds complicated, but once we build this iron cross to its full potential, then we start racking. So right now, technically, we want $30 in 2 rolls. We want to get 7 rolls to hit our 120. 10, we get another 15, that's 4 here. And now we got 20 plus 25, we got 45. So what we're doing here, okay, let me explain this. 45 here already. If a 7 comes, right, we're gonna make $20. Okay, if a 7 comes, all of these loses. This is in our rack. We get our 120 back. We started with 240. Remember that? We made $20. Okay, so we're not afraid of that. Reverse way is if the 9 comes, our total risk on this is actually 162, because remember the 42 and the 120, but 162 minus 20, we would lose 142 if the 9 would come now. Okay, so the beauty of this HP 120, the more rolls the shooter goes, the less risk we have in losing on the 9, but the more profits we gain if the 7 comes. That's why I love this system. So I'm gonna roll it out again. Again, let me repeat that. The more rolls the shooter rolls, it'll reduce the losses on the 9 and increase the profits on the 7. You guys got that? Okay. All right, so that was roll 3, I think. That's a 3. We get another 15. What we're trying to do again is build it to 120. If they 7 out, who cares? This is all in our rack. We're qualifying the shooter and making money, right? 8, hard 8, hard 8. This is gonna fall. We're gonna get paid 35. Actually 35, but we're gonna give change here so we can go back here. We net 20, right? So right now I'm gonna put it here so you guys can easily see that's 55 we made. We're like, good shooter, you know, we're on the don't pass, but we want you to make some numbers. Now this is the 9. Okay, so the 9 now, what happens? Like, you get all sick because you're gonna lose this 120, right? You're gonna lose the 120, but now let's see what happens. We're gonna win 15 here. This comes off, but guess what? All of this is still yours. You didn't lose that. So remember we started with 240. that was 5 rows. They hit their point. We started with 240. Now we have 75 here, 100 here, 150 here, 160, 170. We started with 240. He did hit the point. The 7 was more advantageous for us, but they got lucky. Well, they beat the odds. They hit the 9. We just lost $70. So not bad, huh? I mean, we lost $70. You know, people are like, this strategy sucks. But, you know, we're playing the best probabilities, the best odds. The odds are always on our side. The house edge, not the house edge, but the odds, the probabilities is always the 7. I mean, playing with the 7 against any point number is an advantage. So, okay. So, all right, that was an example of the 9 and 5, okay? Well, the 9. Okay, so what happens with the 6 and 8? So let's try that example again, and let me show you what I'll do when the 6 and 8 hits. Okay, we already know we're gonna start off with 120, okay? 120 here and 120 here. So total we have out on this layout, so you guys can easily see how this is run, is 240, because we're gonna balance the don't pass and what we're playing on the light side. Okay, we set it up, 120 here. We're gonna go get change here. Use our 120, come out row, we're gonna set up the hopping 7s, the yo, and this here. It's $2 on the 12. I know it might seem a lot of bets, but you're not gonna be really burdening the stick man, because this is just on the come out, right? Unless it's a short table every time you gotta set it up. But think about it, you're just doing that once, okay? Tip them a nickel here, you know, just for setting it up. But after that, they'll get used to it. Okay, so let's say we already know what the 2 and the 3 is gonna do. We're gonna win 78. We know the 12, we're gonna win $20. The 7 or 11, we're gonna lose $2. So we're gonna stick to the point numbers now, what to do. Okay, so let's say it's an 8. Okay, let's break down our leftover money. We got 78 here. Now we can't cover the 8 because we have our don't there. Let me change this so you guys can see it better. Okay, so that's 25 here. We want 30 there. So we're gonna put 30 here. Now, we still want a 5. We need a quarter on the 5. We got 15 on the field. We're almost done with our iron cross is pretty much set up because the 8 is not in play now. But we got this $8. So what are we gonna do with this $8? We're gonna give more protection because it's not doing nothing in our rack, right? So we're gonna put it on the hard 8. Because sorry, I'm gonna bring down this because it fell on the come out. That 8 is gonna give us $80. That's still a lot of money that can still protect us if the hard 8 come. But if a 7 comes, we still don't lose anything because that 120 covers everything in here that we're playing for 120. Okay? All right, so let's see if this shooter can go to 7 or something like that. That's a 10. We're gonna start, we get $15 here. So this 15, we don't have to fill up the 5 now because we already got the 5. We're just gonna rack it up. Now, what you can do here is you wanna hedge that 120, you can easily put $16 here. I'm gonna make it 16. I'm gonna add $8 more, make it 16. I'm gonna make it 16 because I want that 16 pays 160, covers the 120 plus the 42 here. Not that quite, but we're gonna still be losing $2. But if a hard 8 comes, it's gonna cover that 160, okay? So that was one roll. That's a 5. 5 will pay 35 minus 15, that'll net us 20. So now here is where we just wait, okay? We gotta wait 6 to 7 rows for this rack to become 120. All right, so patience is part of this. Okay, again, patience is not how long you wait, but how you behave when you're waiting. So this is the waiting period of this. Probably the most sucky part of this, other than the point hitting, is the waiting period. But while we wait, we're gonna make profit, right? So that's roll number 2. That's a yo 11. We're gonna get $3. We got 15 here. Let's go on our road to 120. Ouch. 7. We got 7. What happens? This stays all profit, right? Remember? Now these 7, all of these come down, and I'm going to show you how that's all profit. We were qualifying, we made profits. These all come down. Our 120 gets paid. Now remember, we started with 240. That's all I brought out was 240. Look, we made profit on this short roll while we were trying to qualify them on the road to 120. Try to build our rack, and we made 10, 20, 30, $42 on that short roll. We have our 240 intact HP 120. That's awesome. So we get paid on every roll while we're qualifying them, and our risk is getting lower, because if an 8 came, let's say if an 8 came, okay, let's set that up. Let's see the reverse side. Okay, if an 8 came, we had that here, we had 15 here, we had 16 here. If an 8 came, okay, now we're gonna lose this 120, but we have all of this. These are all still our money and in play. So let's see how much we would have lost on that same thing if the 8 came instead of the 7. So we have 110, 20, 128. Out of 240, we got 128. How much is that? That's like $112. That's not bad, you know, $112, or not 112. We got 100. Yeah, 112. We got 112 there that we lost. So that's not bad, you know, on the 8. I mean, we got 240 out there, we lost 112. Our total risk was at 162, but we got it down to 12 because of our profits here. So like you can see, the longer we roll, the less this is gonna impact us. So, okay, I'm gonna show you guys the third example now. And hopefully we can get 7 rolls. So I'm gonna bring out 120 again here. So you guys can see we're just using 240 and nothing else. Let me change this to 100. All right, that's 240, 120, 120. 240 is what we're starting off with this strategy. 120 on the don't pass again. We're gonna set up our come out roll protection. It's 25. We're gonna go $10 on the hopping 7, $10 on the yo. Let's change this nickel, and $2 on the 12 with 78 to play with. Okay. All right. We already know what happens on the come out. Let's say the point is 10. Okay, we're gonna lose the 42. Again, we're not worried about that because odds is in our favor now, especially with the 10. Now we got 78. We're gonna set that up. Set up our easy here. 6 and 8. 15 on the field. $2 on the hopping 5. We're gonna rack up this dollar. Okay, so with the 10, we're gonna just go we're just gonna go 5 rows, and I want to show you guys in the video how much we can make if we made our 120 or if we lost. Okay, so let's try to build our rack to 120, and we're gonna start with the 12 first. So if the 12 rolls, we're gonna get paid triple or triple cheese here, and that's gonna pay us 45 here. 15 times 3, 45. We lose our hopping 5s. We're still gonna put the quarter here. That's still profit, remember that now. So we got 20, we're up $45. Okay, next one hit is 11. We get paid 15. We're gonna rack that up. I'm gonna make these quarters so that you can see. Let me just change that out so you can see. Okay, next row is a 9. Okay, let's say it's a 9. We'll skip the 10, right? 9. We get paid 15. This will make us another quarter. Now we're at 50. Well, we're actually at 75. Okay, 8. 30 pays 35. We lose the field, which is 15. We're gonna get that 20. Rack up that 20 here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And then we hit the 6. 30 pays 35. Minus the 15 is 20. So we net this 20. Here's another quarter. Now we're pretty much at, we take this down, we're at 115 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Okay, let's go one more hit. All right, or let's just end it right there. Okay, so what happens? Well, let's take one more hit then. 6 hits, right? 6 hits, okay. Where were we on the 6? Let's say the 5. 5 pays 35 minus the 15, we get another 20. All right, so we take this 20. We'll change this to a quarter. Now we have 135 we won in 6 hits, okay? 6 hits, we won 135. If the 7 came on the 7th roll, okay, what happens then? This all loses. This all loses, but we win 120. So remember, I wasn't doing any magic to you guys. On the 7th roll, 7 comes, we get our 240 that we started with, and we made $111. Not bad for a 6 roller, right? That's why I love this strategy, because we're qualifying and we're getting paid while we're qualifying them, either from $15 or $20, okay? Let's put this back in our rack, and let's go to the extreme, the other end. Take this 120 back, and let's set this up again. We were here. Okay, now let's say the 10 hits, okay? On the 7th row, 10 hits, 10 came, point came. We're gonna lose this 120. Like, damn, I lost 120. Who cares? Look what we have now. Okay, so now this we're gonna actually get paid if the 10 hits, another 15. So don't forget that. So what did we start off with? 240. We have 100 here. We have 75 here. We have 200 here. And we have another quarter here. $226. And, you know, $214 we lost. We lost $14 because the 10 came before the 7, which in probability sakes, that's, you know, that's, you know, we still have the advantage, I should say. But if worst case scenario, the 10 did come, we didn't lose that much, you know, $14. This to me is a good strategy. $14 to lose on that. if you went 120 across, 110 across, you'd make some money, but you know, you get wiped out in the beginning. This time, you're not gonna get wiped out. If the 7 comes at any time, you're gonna make profits, especially not on the PSO, you break out even, but you make profits. But I love this strategy. You can make profits while you're qualifying them, and you can transition. So let me show you how we're gonna transition to the options of what you wanna do. So this is the last example I'm gonna show you, and we're gonna use the 4 as the point now. Okay, we're gonna bring out our 240 just to show you guys that that's all we're using is 240. We're gonna set up our 120 here on the don't pass, right? And then we're gonna set up our come out action. So we need actually change. Again, I'm just keep on doing this so you guys get the feel of it, of how to set it up. And the dealers will get used to it. Hopping the 7s for 30, $10 yo, $2.12. This is our extra money here. Come out roll. Again, we're not worried. Point is 4. What we're gonna do is set up our iron cross again. Well, our easy here, and it's 15 on the field, $2 in the hop and 5. All of these come down once the point is established. Again, looks like you're losing $42, but you guys know that money shot is not gonna let $42 go that quick. All right, here's our rack. Our goal is to fill it up with 120. I'm going to start with this spectrum here, and I'm just going to go and see how we can build that. So if a 2 comes, extra cheese, right? We get 30 on the field paid. We're going to fill up our 5, fill up our iron cross, rack this up. Again, this is profit. We lose the hopping 5s, rack that up. Next roll, 3, we get paid 15 on the field. Rack that up. We want to build up to 120, the second roll. Third roll, we're going to skip the 4. We're going to hit the 5. 25 pays 35 minus the 15 is 20. We'll put the 20 in this rack. I'm going to change this to a quarter so you guys can see it better. We're on our road to 120. That's why it's called HP 122. That's another thing. So six rolls, we get paid 30 pays 35. We get 20 here, 20 net. 35 minus 15 is 20. We're gonna rack this up. That's another quarter for us. We're qualifying the shooter. We're getting paid. How awesome is that? Next roll, 8. We get net 20 again. We rack this up. We get another quarter over here. Now we have 1, 2, 3, $605 we made in profit so far. We need one more hit. And we're gonna see what we can do. So 9 hits, we get 15. All right, 15 here. So we collect that. This is our 1. Now we have our 120. Remember, this was profit in the beginning. So what can we do here? Okay, we got 120. Our options is we can take this 120. We have 120 in our rack. We can break out even and play with this. This is house money, okay? And there's a lot of options we can do. We can go 66 inside, hop the 10s, play the hard 10, a lot of options. But I'm gonna tell you guys, do not take this off. You have the best odds. You have even money on a 2-to-1 favorite that the 7 will come before the 4. Never do that. I mean, it's crazy if you do. I mean, you're playing the odds. That's what the HP is. You want to get the best probability. Leave that, okay? But you don't want to, you could rack this up. This would be profit, right? And you can sit tight and wait it out. That's one option. I don't like to wait it out. I'm not the type to just not do anything and just wait out that. I'm an action person, so I'm gonna play here. This is my option, what I would do on the 4 or the 10. Leave that there. I have the 7 working for me in my favor. I'm gonna spread this out. What I'm gonna do is, let's get change here. This is exactly how I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna go across here. I'm gonna take $36 from this rack here, and actually I'm gonna take this quarter, I'm gonna put it on the hard 4. The quarter will net me 175. It'll cover my 120, it'll cover my 42. I'll make a little bit profit if the 4 hits, okay? And I still keep all of this though. So that's extra protection. What I'm gonna do here is, with this $6, I gotta cap this here, and I'm gonna play it from there. Worst case scenario here is the 7 comes, this gets wiped out, I get paid 120, here's our 240, and we profit $80, $90. Not bad, right? I would take that. That's only a 7 roller, so we'll take that. Or worst case scenario, the 4 comes, we lose this, but we have all of this. So we have right now, we have 60, 75, 81 plus, that's 160, 171. So we have 171 plus the 25, right? So 171, 196, well, we're gonna lose maybe about $44 if the 4 comes. But if a hard 4 comes, we're gonna make total of 175. We make $13 too. So I would keep it that way. I would play this out. I would press it up, make even more profits. And like if the 4 comes, oh well, it comes. We still make profit. If the 7 comes, we still make profit. Either way, we make profit. We're in a good position. So that's why I like this strategy. You're not gonna get hurt on the come out. From rows 2 to 7, you're qualifying, but you're getting paid. You're getting profits while you're qualifying them. Also, at the same time, you're reducing your initial investment risk of 162, which is the 120 and the 42, and it goes down every single time the roll goes longer, because you're going to win 15, you're going to win 20. So if you had 162, the 8 hits, now your risk is 142 because you have 20 in your rack. And then the next roll again, now your risk is at 122. So longer roll, but at all times, your 7 is always going to be the strongest. 7 is not going to hurt you at all. And that's going to be better than any of these numbers. If you do have add more added protection on the hard way, now you're looking at 5% of hitting the easy 4 compared to the 16.6%, right? On that 7. Any of these other numbers, if you add protection on the 6 and 8, that'll bring it down to 4 possibilities too. Now you're looking at 11% compared to 16.6%. But high percentage, high probability, high performance. This HP 120 is awesome. I like it. Yes, you're gonna get hit on some points. That's where you transition to the light side. But we all know, if you've been playing craps as long as I have, or as many hours as I have, a lot of the rolls, majority of them come less than 7. And this strategy here will save you with that. So try it out. I'm going to try it out on Saturday at the Crapsathon. This Saturday, November 27, on John's Pro Crap YouTube channel and also on my channel. It's going to be streaming. I'm going to roll out this. I'm going to see how it does. If I make profits, we're going to be donating 50 cents to a dollar to the foundation of Gambler's Addiction, and we're going to help a great cause. So make sure you guys check it out. You don't want to miss the 24-hour Crapsathon. We're going to have a lot of activities on there by a lot of YouTubers. So tune in this weekend and see the live roll plays out on this HP 120. I hope you like it. Put down in your comments if you do, if there's any improvements that you see that I could implement. I'd be happy to hear them. You guys been great sharing you guys' opinions on how to improve them, or where the holes are and how I can do it. You know, we all know, don't put a comment that if you hit the point, you're gonna lose. Yes, that's obvious. That's the weakness of this. But like any strategy, if you're on the light side, the weakness is the 7. If you 7 out, you lose everything. So this way, your 7 is actually at a lower, your 7 is actually a box number, but a lower probability. So hope you like the HP 120. Try it out yourselves. Let me know. And may the dice be nice. Aloha.